Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Friday. I don't know about you guys, but boy, am I happy that it's Friday and I got the weekend. It just feels great. What about you, Gashes? Do you agree? Cool. Thanks for being here. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. It's kind of insane to me that I think about sometimes, let me put out a video of me sitting in front of a camera, nothing else. And literally the only topic or thing about the video is ask me things. And people are interested. And that's just wild to me. It's like, who cares about just me answering questions? And I'm just incredibly grateful that people are. That's just weird to me. It's like, why would anyone want to watch me just talk and answer questions? Like, who cares? But it's amazing. So I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you so much for anyone who clicks on a video like Yakov. That's crazy. Thank you. And you too, Clodzire King. Love your name so much. But greetings from New York. I'm just grateful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching these videos. It's been an incredibly weird, like, busy, grindy, humbling year for YouTube this year. It's been crazy, incredible, and I don't know, probably by tomorrow the channel will be at 90,000. It's incredible, and I'm just really grateful. Thank you, everyone. Hang on a sec. I gotta mute this computer, or I'm gonna be getting Microsoft Teams messages all night. Okay, there we go. So anyway, just thank you, Jason. Thank you. So yeah, that's it. So grateful. So yeah, really, just live stream. I'm just gonna talk at you all night. Well, maybe not all night, but that's pretty much it. I do want to share like a really funny kind of story that I guess is kind of happening right now. It's just kind of silly, and I'm happy and grateful about it. So the most recent video that I put out here on YouTube was about this really cool Optimus Prime figure. It's a model kit. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. And yes, red dragon. Hey man, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Made by YOLO Park. And so most people, if you have been following me for a while, you'll probably know I'm not a big Transformer guy. I don't dislike Transformers by any means. I think Transformers are cool. I've seen the movies and I like them. And that's about my extent for for Transformers, which is fine. And so I get a lot of requests often, like, do Transformers. And that makes me say, okay, I want to put out stuff people want to watch. And I appreciate you commenting. And so, yeah, let me do a Transformer. Plus, this figure looks cool. I don't know a lot about Transformers, but you know what? Let me do it. I'll do it. Sounds great. So I made the Transformer video, and I put a big disclaimer in it. I don't know a whole lot, but I'm going to get stuff wrong. And so, yeah, obviously in the video, I say a couple things, not necessarily wrong, but more just like very ignorant things. Like, oh, this is the Transformer heart, which is clearly not what it is. It's the the leadership thing. I don't remember what it's called. And so the entire comment section, for the most part, is pretty much people who are actually, I'm very grateful for the corrections because I need them and I learn more. But some people getting really frustrated with me saying things wrong constantly. It's like, I told you, I told, and it's just really funny. And keep them coming. There we go. The matrix of leadership. Thank you, 501st. And so it's a very funny, constant circle of things. And I'm all for it. Plus, the more comments, the better, But I did my best. Actually, by the end of the video, I thought I did pretty good. I was like, I did pretty good. I don't really know much about Transformers, but I think I did pretty good. Braxton, you're doing it, man. You are doing it. Okay, so that was pretty much it. So I guess from here on, I'll just start grabbing stuff from the live stream. And answering whatever you ask me for the most part. And before you ask, my favorite action figure is this, the Mafex Mando 2.0. I brought him in just because I know it's a question that comes up quite often, and it's okay. Glad you're interested in what my favorite figure is. So, and yeah, Claude's you're right, man. You're totally right. I'm happy no matter what. I've gotten some real mean comments before, and I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I appreciate you commenting. So, Naki, with the first question, will you ever do a G.I. Joe? Yeah, I guess if there's a big demand for it, and there's a figure that still kind of interests me a little bit, heck yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, definitely. It's got to be something that, like, because if I do a G.I. Joe video and I'm not really super interested in it, the video is just going to be boring. No one wants to see a video of me being bored. You're just going to get bored, Spider-Man fan, I'm going to be make a confession. I haven't seen the most recent Spider-Verse movie, Across the Spider-Verse. I haven't even seen that yet. And so when I saw the reveal of this figure, it was the first time I had even seen the character before. And I saw that and I was like, whoa, that's cool. That must be from the new Spider-Verse movie. I saw the other one very late too. I know I'm bad. I do my best and keep up with stuff that I'm not usually super into, but I did see it and it looks really cool. It looks really, really cool. Ooh, YouTube user, do you think the big Doom Slayer figure is worth buying? I'm a big Doom fan. In my opinion, yes. I do think that it is a little bit pricey, especially compared to like Hot Toys, because Hot Toys is just as good quality or even more, and they're typically a little bit less than 300. But if you love Doom, you are gonna get that figure and you will love it. I think that there's no way. It's just like you're holding it and looking at it. It's like, this is awesome. It's just a big hunkin' chunk of Doom Slayer. It's so cool, and the accessories are crazy. So I would say yeah. It's a really cool figure. It's a really, really cool figure. Red Dragon, absolutely. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Hey, Yeniel. So I got two questions. First, in my opinion, what turns a good toy photo into a really great toy photo? A second, what's the best advice you can give me? Cool. All right. Well, a good, in my opinion, a toy photo that goes from really cool to like being exceptional is like whatever's happening in the photo. You can have a really incredibly beautiful, stunning photo, but if like there's nothing super interesting happening, there's not a whole lot for you to connect with it. It's like watching a movie. If you watch a movie that like looks beautiful, all the special effects are so beautiful, but like the story's kind of boring and it's nothing that interesting and the writing's not super incredible, it'll look cool, but won't engage you and connect with you as much. So like if you have something really cool happening or really funny and engaging happening in it, that's going to take your photo, I think, to the next level. So I think the idea of what's happening is the most important part. And my best advice is just keep shooting, keep doing stuff over and over and learning stuff and constantly improving. The more you shoot, that's just what's going to happen. So yeah, definitely. And thank you so much. I appreciate you, my friend. All right, I guess this is where I start clicking on questions before I even read them. Braxton, hey man, Have you tried stop motion before? What are your thoughts on Batman? Well, I love Batman very, very much. Obviously, I'm definitely a big DC person more than a Marvel person, but love Batman. I have done stop motion one time, and it was for a video I'd made for Walmart.com, which was actually an incredible, crazy opportunity that I got to do. So they actually made a whole video about it, the story on how it happened, and what the video is. And it was for Bluey, but in a nutshell, I got asked to make a stop motion video via somebody that I knew from working with Disney before. And they found me that way, and they asked, hey, we want a 30-second Bluey stop motion video with this house. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it, even though I've never done stop motion before. So I kind of had to learn and do it in a quick time frame, and it came out okay. I still think it's a little amateur looking, but it was really an amazing opportunity. But in my opinion, I like toy photography more than stop motion. It might just be because I'm still a noob, or I definitely am a noob with stop motion. But I'm sure if I did it more, I would get better at it and enjoy it more. But I still like toy photography more. Ooh, Friday the 13th. Probably. I'm a new appreciator of horror movies. As a kid growing up, I never got into horror because I was too scared. But now I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. And I like Jason. So if there's ever like a new and exciting figure that people are excited about, I'll definitely do a Friday the 13th video for sure. El Gamer Vid. Yes, I definitely love to play video games. That's one of my other biggest hobbies. A big Pokemon fan, play a lot of Pokemon. That's always number one is for my video games for me is Pokemon. And then I love Bethesda games. Love Fallout. Always been an Elder Scrolls fan, and even like not even directly Bethesda Game Studio stuff. Like I love Doom. Just a lot of my favorite franchises through video games are under Bethesda. But yeah, love to play games, dude. Hey Shiloh, thanks for coming in. JCM, you have the Black Series Commando. Nice. The Clone Commando. Which one? There's a few of them, right? I heard a lot of people were not very happy with those. It seems like the fan base that really loved the Clone Commando game are very passionate, and often the Clone Commando stuff that comes out, whether it be figures, never really up to their expectations. But I think they're okay. I do think they could be a little bit cooler. But my Sonic collection, my friend, is consistent of one figure, and it's the figure in that Sonic video. But it's cool. Oh, Johnny, dude, you're the man. Hi, it's great to hear from you, Johnny. Hope you're well. Thought I'd jump on and say hi. Question-wise, when was the last time you dusted your shelves? Actually, you know what? Kind of recently. That's a great question. That's a great question, Johnny, because I don't do it as often as I should, but I did recently have a bunch of company over at our house. So I dusted the shelves, and they look pretty good right now. They look pretty good, but sometimes they get real dusty. Man, it's rough. It takes a long time to dust. Just patience, really. But that's a great question. Love you, Johnny. Thanks for hopping in, man. Appreciate the super chat a lot. Gojiman, great picture. Have you heard of High Toys? Yes, I have. I have a lot of High Toys on pre-order, actually. It's funny. I wanted to start a whole kind of line of Godzilla related videos and content and stuff, but I've had these things on pre-order. They're supposed to arrive in April. Then it's like, oh, now it's coming in May. Now it's coming in June. Now it says it's July. So hopefully they actually show up in July. I've got a bunch of stuff coming for Godzilla. And I bought a bunch of buildings to go with it, but I don't want to do the buildings video until I do the Godzilla video to set the precedence. And so then they can all have, come out in unison, whatever. But just waiting for that stuff to come out. So yeah, definitely. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff from High Toys. Vors, really great question. The camera I use is a Sony Alpha 3, and I most often use a 85mm f1.8 lens. And on every single video, I have those listed in the description, the links on where to get them, and I even have like a whole Amazon store front that has everything I use in it. And I think it's linked in this video. I'm not sure, but if you go to any other video, it's all linked right there. It's like a little everything I use. Awesome question. Thank you everyone so much for throwing a question. Can you do another video about dioramas? Maybe. I'm not very good at making dioramas. Like, I don't have any skill in that whatsoever. I just like to fart around sometimes. So I would definitely sometime for sure. Hunter, hey Hunter. Yes, I do. I have one, and it's the Diamond Select Hulk. One of them. There's been several, but it's like my go-to Hulk figure. It's pretty good. I did a photo with him. I don't think I've posted on the new account, but I've done a few photos with him. But yeah, he's great. Great figure. Braxton says, does the first appearance McFarlane Batman have good torso articulation? What are your thoughts on Mountain Dew? Cool. I love the very diverse questions. Yeah, torso art, I would say it's pretty on par with the way the Batmans have been. I would say also too, just McFarlane figures keep getting better. In my opinion, they just keep getting better, and I think that's a really awesome figure, and I definitely suggest and recommend that for sure. My thoughts on Mountain Dew are good thoughts. I'm actually like a huge Mountain Dew fan. I love Mountain Dew. I've got like a couple different flavors in my fridge right now. I've got the newer white one that just came out, and I've got Baja Blast normal and Baja Blast zero sugar. Ninetales, Chaotix. What's your favorite Call of Duty game? If you play COD, then what's your favorite? I'm not a Call of Duty guy. I'm not, but honestly, I haven't played one since the first one that had Nazi zombies, like the first one, which was probably like a decade ago, and it was cool. But I don't know. I've never been into Call of Duty, even though I'm sure if I sat down and played one, I'd have a blast. Just never really been into it. This is a great question, SCO Skeet. How do you decide what kind of video you're gonna make? It's a combination of things. It's a combination of, first of all, it's got to be something that I think is cool, and I've been basing them around figures more recently because that seems to be the things that draw people in. People are more interested in figures rather than toy photography in general. So if I make a video about a figure and then I add in toy photography later into it, so then it's kind of like a good mixture of things, as opposed to me just saying toy photography this. Most people won't really click on that. So I'll do it around a figure that I think is cool, and that, because if I do a figure that I think is not cool, then it's gonna be a boring video. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, this is I'm just gonna be bored, and you're gonna be bored. No one wants to see that. And then it's also, I have to make sure that it's something that other people are interested in. Is if it's something that's currently got a lot of hype, that people are interested in, or if it's just something really different, maybe that I don't see a lot of interest on, that I think people will really like this. So just whatever is a combination of what I think is cool and what I hope others will think is cool, so people watch it. And I guess that's pretty much it. Sometimes I do videos on things that I think are cool. It turns out no one else thinks it's cool, but it's okay. But no, that's a great question. Thank you. Agent Age, what's the music playing now during your live stream? Cool question. It's actually, and the reason I'm excited about it is because I like this song. It's just a random, royalty-free stock music that comes with the video software that I use to edit my videos. It's just called like Crunk Trap Beat or something, or no, it's called Dope Trap Beat. And I just think it's a really fun. So if you watch any of my videos, you're gonna hear this song and a lot of the other same songs. I just use the same ones. Hopefully, it adds like a type of identity to my videos. You hear this song, you're like, oh, this feels like a Sirdork video. That's kind of what I'm going for. Hey Wasteland, warst du schon einmal in Russland? So interessant. Warst du schon? Am I going to Russia soon? Is that the question? Ich glaube. Nein. I've never been to Russia, and I don't really have a whole lot of plans, my friend. Heidi, this is a great question. Yes, I know about Spirit Halloween, and my wife loves it. We go there a lot during that time of year. I like it. We go there once, and I'm like, cool, this is cool. And then we go there another time. I'm like, it's still pretty cool. Then we go there again, and I'm like, it's just as cool. We go there again, and I'm like, it's still cool. But she's, just like glowing when we're in there. Hey, Abe, thanks for coming in, my friend. Leo says, I've been thinking of doing toy photography with my Star Wars figures. What's something that can prevent the figures from looking realistic? Would it be camera angle or figure's position? So you don't want them to look realistic? I mean, the fact that they are one way to always make sure they don't look realistic is to shoot the figures with life-size things. Like if you shoot an action figure on your kitchen counter with, a life-size cup of milk, like what I did, it's definitely not going to look realistic because it's a toy. But if you want it to look very realistic, posing, really realistic looking posing, shoot from more of a lower angle. The higher angle you shoot down, the smaller they will look, So posing, stuff like that. And then also having realistic to scale surroundings will also make it feel quite realistic. Wherever, whether you're looking for this or that. Agent Age, this is a question that I'm sure will probably come up. If you watch any video that I put out, I always have the store in which I got it from linked in it. So Entertainment Earth is usually my go-to for other stuff. But then if they don't have it, I'll go to like some Japanese import websites like AmiAmi or Mecha Japan or Okiniland, or recently with Hobby Genki. I've been working with them. Just tons of websites. Big Bad Toy Store, or just like GameStop. Tons of great places. So if you ever watch a video and you're interested in a figure, I always will have a link, or just Amazon, totally. Bear McCurdy says, what are your thoughts on Rubik's Cubes? I think they have a really cool type of classic toy look to them, just because they're like, I don't know, everyone knows what that is. But at the same time, I've never been able to come close to doing one. I never really put the time into it. I just don't have. I'm sure maybe if I really was interested in it and I tried hard, I might be able to figure it out. But not really. I don't know. Maybe not. Just maybe I don't have the patience for it. I don't know. Ooh, Master Tabby says, who's your favorite Spider-Man actor? Well, Tobey Maguire has always been my first, and I feel very nostalgic, but I've always really liked Andrew Garfield, and it's actually really interesting. Like, I thought the Amazing Spider-Man movies were really cool, and like everyone else was like, they suck. And then now, when like recently, there's been a new like resurgence of people liking Andrew Garfield. I'm like, dude, I've been liking him since the beginning. I'm a hipster. I think the word hipster is like doesn't exist anymore. That was like 15 years ago. But I really liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I thought he was really great. Hi, Sophia Faith. Thanks for coming in. Goji Man says, what would you think if SH Monster Arts made a figure of the Icon of Sin from Doom Eternal? Wow, cool. I'd be into it, and I would obviously instantly get it. But it's interesting because I always thought the Icon of Sin was one of the more generic and kind of boring designs in the Doom universe. Like, Doom's got so many wild, crazy demon enemy looking character designs, but the Icon of Sin was kind of boring and plain looking. But just because it's Doom, I would still do it, but I doubt it. That would be cool though, wouldn't it? Gashes says, what's your favorite brand? My favorite brand is Tommy Hilfiger. My favorite action figure brand is probably either SH Figure Arts or Mayfix. I understand those are not brands; those are lines underneath the brand. So I guess Medicom and or Tamashi. I guess, but I love them all. Um, Kara Ymir, how long does it take you to do a toy to take a photo? Man, it can really vary. It depends on a lot of things for sure. So actually today I took a photo and in under a half hour, and then I came home and edited it and also another under half hour. So like the entirety of start to finish was under an hour for everything, which was crazy. But sometimes it takes me way longer. I was in a little bit of a rush today, and the photo came out good. This is my challenge photo that I'll be posting tomorrow. And you know what I'll do? I'm gonna give a sneak peek to anyone watching. I'm gonna give a sneak peek of my hashtag Sirdork birthday post. Yeah, it is I appreciate. I mean, this is kind of a lame thing to flaunt around. I was like, wow, you guys get exclusive looks at a picture I took, but I think it looks kind of cool, so I will show it off before I post it tomorrow. And here it is, right here. This is the picture. I took this picture today. It's Pikachu. You know, we got flying Pikachu with the balloons. Iconic, right? And Ash is kind of running after him. It's birthday themed because of the balloons. It's a little bit of a stretch, I guess. But I just did this in the middle on a sidewalk in the middle of town. And it's cool because I didn't really need anything. I just went out the town and the sun was everything. I used a light reflector and I used a stand to hold Pikachu up and I edited that out. But other than that, everything is completely just there. It's cool. I know. It's like you don't need a whole lot to make a cool photo, I think. So this is it. Special sneak peek. Thanks, CJ. Thanks, Clawzire King and Ymir. Thank you guys. So you'll see it. You'll see it again tomorrow with the behind the scenes and stuff if you follow on Instagram. Doji man. Oh, I've been answering yours. I gotta give some others a chance. Sorry, but what Godzilla design would you want Haya to make? I love Godzilla, but I'm also kind of a Godzilla noob. But I don't think Haya has done the American version of Mecha Godzilla, right? I think that was cool. I think Mecha Godzilla is awesome. I don't think they've done that yet, right? What I really want to happen is I want Gamera to show up in the American Monsterverse because he's a big turtle and I love turtles. I love turtles. And then I want that figure. So that's it. And Enderman. What happened to the medieval video? Man, it's just I'm waiting. I'm the same way, but I'm waiting for. Okay, so I've mentioned that I'm planning on making a custom action figure of Sir Daniel Fortescue from the old PlayStation 1 game Medieval and making a custom action figure of him and a video out of it. But the base of the figure is going to be coming from a Mythic Legions figure that hasn't come out yet. I pre-ordered it like a year ago. Man, it's from the Necrozmic line. Not Necrozma for any Pokemon people, but Necro something line. And man, it's taken forever for that to come out. So once that comes in, then I can do the video, and I'll be so excited to do so. So excited. Claude is anyone eligible to do an interview? Or just members? The interviews that I have on the channel are those are perks that are underneath the membership tier. So yeah, it's something I gotta stay true to the amazing, incredible people that have subscribed to that membership, and so grateful for them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's one of the perks under that membership tier. Marcella, hi. What do you think about the new Johann Hex? Oh, the Jonah Hex from McFarland, and I love your videos. I think he looks really good. I think the figure looks fantastic. I mean, it's a great iteration action figure version of the character. He's got some soft goods. He's got a cowboy hat, and there's a horse version that comes with a horse too. I think I might do a video on him. Because yeah, he looks cool. He looks really cool. Cactus Kingdom. Man, people come up with great names. Cactus Kingdom. Do you know the game Team Fortress 2? If so, would you have some of its figures? I know of the game. To be honest, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I just know it's a popular game. Is it like a MOBA game or is it like a battle royale? It's a big multiplayer game, right? But to be honest, you could show me a picture from it and I'd be like, what is this from? But yeah. Hey, Skamuki dude, how's it going, dude? Do you ever look at everyday objects and think it would be cool to repurpose them for toy photo? Looking at an old pill bottles as a regeneration chamber. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like repurposing them to look to scale, like as a prop. Absolutely. I feel like us as toy photographers, that's kind of ingrained into our brains at this point. We think like a toy photographer, so we see things and we're like, that could be cool in a toy photo. It's totally Skamuki, dude. Absolutely. Hey, Aludra Canis. Do you think Sonic should get an SH Figure Arts line? It would probably have the most potential out of any non-anime character. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Sonic person. I didn't grow up playing them or anything, so I don't have like the huge love for them. But Sonic, I feel like, is an incredibly valuable IP that I feel like is not. I don't know. A lot of people love Sonic. Like, yeah, why are there not more figures? I know that there's the Nendoroid line, which seems to be doing pretty good and they look great. But I wonder why. Like Tamashi, why don't they snag up at least the movie license? Like that would be huge. And getting Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, and then Shadow soon, Supersonic. I feel like people would eat those up. It's crazy that they haven't actually come out yet, to be honest. But yeah, you're onto something. You're onto something, my friend. Wildfoot, what are your thoughts on Marvel Legends? I think they're cool. I think they're real cool. I don't get into them as hard as I do with a lot of other lines, just because I'm not I'm more of a DC guy than I am a Marvel guy. So I pretty much snag up the Marvel Legends figures that I think will be great specifically for a photo or for a video or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of what Hasbro does, and yeah, Marvel Legends are great. And they're figures you can go and snag on the shelf when you're at the store. Like, what's better than that? It's great. And yeah, Leo, definitely. I've done a couple. I've done several actually. But yeah, if you scroll back, I did one like 2 weeks ago. Spider-Man, 2 different Spider-Man figures. So totally, yes. Whenever it definitely seems like the Mortal Kombat IP license is floating around right now. Like somebody's going to be snagging it up because Storm Collectibles seems to have, they don't have that the license anymore, or I don't know, whatever. But somebody else is. I mean, that's definitely another very valuable IP. Somebody's going to start making Mortal Kombat figures, and everyone was thinking it was Jada Toys, and then I heard that was a rumor, not true. So yeah, when they start making Mortal Kombat figures again. Yes, definitely. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a third-party one on pre-order right now, actually. Here, let me show you really quick. Let me show you what figure I've got on pre-order, and that will be a really fun video. I can't wait for that. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. I've got this figure on pre-order right now. Have you seen this before? It's pretty cool. This is a third-party Sub-Zero. He looks great, doesn't he? So I have him on pre-order. So when he comes in, heck yeah, I'm gonna video it up. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. I love everything about it, but I don't really like the face that much. I wish there was more blue in the face. But yeah, can't wait for that. Thanks for asking. It's great. Really, thank you to everyone who's watching and asking questions. If you are watching and enjoying it, please make sure to like the video too. That's very helpful. Very, very helpful. Dark Mazver, do you think NECA should do a Five Nights at Freddy's line? Well, okay, I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy's guy. I mean, I feel like I'm just saying that constantly tonight. That's probably really annoying. I'm sorry. But I feel like the NECA line of figures are more geared towards people like 25 and up. And then Five Nights at Freddy's is still, there's probably plenty of fans that are 25 and up, but I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's is more of a younger fan base. So I feel like I don't know, I feel like an IP like that, NECA will probably want to focus on an IP that is more geared towards the older audience because their customers are the older audience. I don't know. I this is just my brain thinking, but I feel like NECA would not. I feel like NECA will focus on characters that the older generations will want to purchase. Because I feel like there's probably plenty of people older than me and stuff like that that will see, oh, NECA's doing Five Nights at Freddy's, pass. Because, I don't know, that seems to be their main customer. That's what I'm thinking. What's a good cheap budget camera for photography? Also, is the cameras you use good for other stuff than toy photography? Really great question. So cheap budget. Well, the camera that I always recommend to start out with is like the Canon Rebel series. That's what I started out with, and I learned a lot using that. I don't know if that necessarily will be considered as cheap budget. They're usually around like 300 or so, and you can get some really great bundles on Amazon for around that 300 price, like the Rebel T7. So the Canon Rebel T7. But if that is out of your range, I would say just keep using your phone until that becomes into your range so you can save up, because the phones are amazing. Don't bother getting like a cheapo digital camera because it's not going to be as good as your phone, which is crazy. So just keep using your phone until you're at a point where like, okay, I'm going to get this $300 camera. And if that camera you will use and love as a beginner and learn with, and you can be a mega expert and still keep using it. That's how good of a camera it is. It's awesome. So yeah, definitely recommend that for sure. Great question. And Seismic Action, how's it going, man? Great to see you as well. Very great to see you. Figure Tour. I actually did a whole collection tour like a couple years ago. My collection's probably a little bit different now, but boy, that was like an hour-long video. It's crazy. But hey, of course, Monster. Appreciate you, my friend. If you go onto my website and just go to sirdork.com, there's a little section that says gear. And then there's camera gear. Just follow those links and it'll have all the stuff I recommend for beginners, including the camera. So it's all right there. The only Jada Master Tabby, the only Jada toy figure I own right now is the Chester Cheetah. I've got the little bag of Cheetos right here. But man, I've been very tempted to get the Street Fighter ones because I grew up with Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo, beating up that car. And yeah, they're cool. And it's kind of amazing that they're able to put out like figures that good with that cool packaging for such a low price. Just like, how are they doing it and then other people aren't? It's just interesting. It's very, very interesting. Hey, Jamie, what's your favorite Jedi? Oh, Qui-Gon Jinn. Obviously, Qui-Gon Jinn. He's the best Jedi ever. He's so cool, and he's such a great role model. He does the right thing. He always just does what he believes is the right thing, no matter what anyone else says. But sometimes in a world in which you've got tons of people saying, do this, you should like this, you should do this, it's so easy to just start like kind of doing what other people say is the right thing to do. But Qui-Gon Jinn, he does what he believes is right because he believes it is right, not because anyone else is telling him to. And he also gives a very great line. He says, your focus determines your reality, which is true. Which is like, if you have something you would like your reality to be, you got to focus and you got to do it to make sure that happens, because it's not going to happen unless you focus on it. And it's honestly incredible. Like, I love Qui-Gon Jinn. Master Tabby, I have watched The Acolyte, and I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. And I thought the finale was pretty cool. The only thing about the finale I didn't love was it wasn't super self-contained. I was like, oh, I thought this wasn't supposed to have a season 2, because this sure as heck felt like I'm supposed to get a season 2 now. Now I better get a season 2. But yeah, I think The Acolyte is awesome. And that's another thing. I feel like at this point in time, it's almost like scary to like The Acolyte, because there's so many people on the internet that are going to tell you that you shouldn't like it for some stupid reason. So just like what you like, no matter what anyone else says. Barry, you know what? Actually, yes, because there's a new Chester Cheetah figure coming out that's a spicy version. And yes, I've got that in pre-order, so I definitely will. Plastic Arcade, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming in, dude. Good to see you. Noki says, I thought I was the only one that liked it. It sure as heck feels like that, doesn't it? But you are not. And actually, you know what? There's probably way more people that like it than people don't like it. It's one thing that you have to always remember, and it's very difficult to remember this in times, especially in this time with like with something like The Acolyte. The internet, that when you see people whining and complaining and hating something, remember that is always going to be a very small percentage of the people that actually do exist, because those people are the loudest ones. 90% of the people that did watch The Acolyte watch it and then don't say a damn word on the internet, because they don't do stuff like that on the internet. They just watch stuff casually and say, okay, let me watch something else. And apparently a lot of people are watching it. The numbers are pretty high, so there's probably a lot more people that like it than don't. But just remember, all those, when it seems like everybody hates something, it's actually not the case, because all the people that hate something and are really mad about it, they're going to be very loud and they're going to tell you on the internet. People that are casual, just watching it, they're not going to say anything. So just remember that, because sometimes it's really hard, because if you're like, man, everyone hates this, but it's not true. A lot of people probably really love it. Promise. Hey, Cheswin, I'm new here. What do you think of the new Superman movie costume? I like it a lot. I don't like it, at least so far, I don't like it as much as Henry, but I'm a little bit biased because I really love Henry Cavill as Superman. But I think the costume is great. I like it a lot. Besides the red trunks, it's very reminiscent of the New 52 outfit. Not necessarily the logo, but just like the lines and stuff all over it, and like some of the taller collar and stuff like that is very New 52. And New 52 is like the biggest part of my comic love. I just dove headfirst into New 52, so I really love the look of the Superman outfit right now, and it'll only look better in the actual movie than in the set pictures. So I'm loving it. Anti-adulting, thank you so much, dude, for the super chat. You are incredibly kind, and like you're always just saying super nice stuff. Would you ever release your own Sirdork fig? I mean, I did make a custom one once of myself, and it was very fun to make, but I certainly don't have the funds to cover the upfront costs of producing my own action figure in general. But that would be cool, right? I did have an idea once of doing something kind of fun, like selling so I made this a while ago, which is just like fake packaging for my, and it's cool, right? But I always kind of had an idea of making something like this, and it's saying like used Sirdork action figure, and then it'd just be like a bunch of charred up plastic, like just burnt, because so many people think I just blow stuff up all the time and just burn and destroy figures. That's kind of funny, and I always thought that would be a funny thing to do. But I'd only be able to make a couple of them. But maybe one day. Thanks, Anti-Adulting. I appreciate you, man. It's cool, right? I just made it. I want to make another one, but it's hard to do making packaging and stuff. Designing it in Photoshop was awesome and easy, but getting printing to look, it's just like, and if you look at that closer in person, it looks really sloppy. On video, really quick, it probably looks good, but it doesn't really look that good. Hey, Prime, Cougar Man, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the videos. Sorry, Kazoo. Is it possible to use figures meant for kids with limited articulation for toy photography? Absolutely. There is no toy that you will not be able to use for toy photography. You can use anything for toy photography. Of course you can. Actually, I did a Batman Day toy photography video for Warner Brothers, which was an incredible opportunity. And if you scroll down and you'll just, it's Batman Day toy photography. Almost all the figures in that video are like they're like little kid figures. And it was still really fun and they worked great. You know, the whole video is basically just a big ad for Batman figures. Most of them were made by Spin Master. And it was fun. And yeah, absolutely, you can use any type of figure. So yeah, definitely, absolutely. Average Walking Dead fan. Hey, I like Walking Dead a lot. Will you ever do Lego photos? Yeah, yes, I will eventually. And it's hard for me to justify. Like if I were to put out a Lego video right now, I'm scared as to like if I put a whole week's worth of love into a Lego video, I'm afraid that people will be like, I only like his action figure stuff, not his Lego stuff, and they won't watch. So it's a gamble, but I will eventually do it. I think it would be really fun. Yes. Ooh, if they did a new Bionicle line, like if they brought it back and it was very retro feeling and like the originals, I would. I would. The Crispy Forge. Hey, Sirdork, would you ever consider getting the Yellow Park Megatron figure to go along with the Yellow Park Optimus Prime you got recently? Would love to see some more photography of them battling. So he's talking about this guy. I think I actually might. To be honest, I might do that. And first of all, because I think the figure is awesome and I really enjoy this one. And so far the video has been getting a good response, and people actually, you're not the first one to ask you should get the Megatron. So I think I might do it. And actually I spent $60 on him when I could have got him for like 45 or even, like something like that on the YOLO Park website directly. I didn't even realize it. So yeah, I think I'll do it. Stick Node Chanel is back. You are back. Thanks for being back. Favorite figure brand? Oh, I already answered this. Either Figure Arts or Mayfix for sure. Egg Dude says you need to get the brand Scourge action figure. Never even heard of that. Scourge action figure. All right, let's look it up. Scourge action figure. All right. Oh, so just like Scourge is a Transformer. I get it. Oh, the brand new Scourge is a brand. Okay, I'm sorry. I read it as like there's a brand that's called New Scourge. I get it. See, my ignorance for Transformers is showing more. A lot of people thought I was purposefully trolling in that video, so then I would get more comments. And I really I've never watched a lot of Transformers. Oh, dude, thank you very much. Like you have no idea how much that means. Thank you. I put a lot of time and work and stuff into it, but thought into making them look cool so people watch them. So I appreciate that very much. Agent H says, have you ever used Barbie in your photo? I never have. But I guess that would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? I guess that would. Maybe sometime. Maddie James. Hey, Maddie James. What's up, Jared? First time watching your shoot. Thanks, dude. First question, how long have you and your lady been together, and how did you guys meet? We've been together for 8 years in August. We've been married for almost a year in September. 8 years, that's crazy. We just met. It's not a really super crazy story, but we just kind of like knew of each other for many years through other people, and then basically one day I sent her a Facebook message back when I used Facebook, and she responded, and that's it. We started hanging out, and now we're married. So that's pretty much it. Nothing super crazy. No crazy meet cute story to share, but yeah, and now here we are. Hey, Symbiote, thank you, dude, for recently joining the membership. Recently found your channel, and you quickly become my favorite YouTuber. Thanks so much. That's crazy. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for watching and thinking that these videos are cool at all. Have you seen Deadpool 3? Yes, I did actually, and it looks really good. It looks really good. I'm probably gonna snag that up when it comes and do a video. The Boys or House of the Dragon? I love both, but The Boys for sure. Honestly, The Boys is like probably one of, if not my favorite TV show ever. It's such an incredible show. It's so good. So yeah, The Boys for sure. Sometimes I think about both of these shows, and I'm like, man, why doesn't Star Wars get things at this quality? I've loved every Star Wars show that has come out, but like, there's no denying the quality of them, whether it be not necessarily just like the way they look or whatever, but just like the quality of them. Why aren't they at the level of these two shows? Like, come on, Star Wars deserves to be at this level of quality. Whew. Maybe one day. Hi, Third Good, RG3 Third Good. Thank you for coming in. Dark Maziver, very important question. Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Definitely Mortal Kombat. I think Street Fighter is really cool, but like one of the cool things about Mortal Kombat is it has kind of like a very unique type of like ensemble type of character world. Like I love just like the ensemble of characters in Mortal Kombat way more than I even like Mortal Kombat. Like, I love the idea of Mortal Kombat so much more than I even like the games. Like, I'll get the games and I'll play them and I'll be like, this is really fun, and then I'll be good. Like, I'll play them for like a week and I'm like, I've had enough. But I just like all the characters. They're all so cool. So yeah, they just got great character designs. That's one of the things about fighting games that's always really cool, because they put so much love and time into just the character designs themselves, just because you're just picking a character. Yeah. But yeah, I would say Mortal Kombat. Dark Flame Master. Hey Sirdork, been a fan for years. Thank you so much. I was wondering if you had any tips on growing a following. I made a video a couple years back about how to grow a following, at least my best tips and stuff like that. So I would just say, number one tip always is make sure the content you're putting out, whether it be a video or a photo, just make sure it's at the utmost possible quality that you could do to it. Like, if it's not meeting your standards of the best thing I could put out, don't put it out. Just put out only the best. So then you build a reputation of only putting out really good stuff, whether that be a toy photo or whatever it is. Just make sure it's the best possible quality. And if you feel like your quality isn't, I don't know, always just work on making your art and your craft the best it can be. That's always number one. And then I'll also just say, like, consistently try to post things, and post things like you already have a ton of followers. You know what I mean? Like, even if you have 2 followers, post something as if you've got 200,000 of them. Just and do it consistently, and put a little bit of your own personality into it, because that's what people cling to, is you and your personality. And don't be afraid to put yourself into it, even though if you feel weird on camera or behind the camera with your voice. Put yourself in there, because that's what people are going to cling to. So good luck, Dark Flame. Good luck. Uh-oh. Just learned a hard lesson in compression. Oh, I hope everything's okay. Dark Match says, you failed me. Oh. Street Fighter is cool though. I did grow up playing, I said that already, the Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2. Played a lot of that growing up. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I never really continued with that franchise, but played a lot of that from Super Nintendo. Movie that everyone loves that you can't stand. Huh, interesting. Actually, you know what? It's usually the other way around. I feel like my whole life as a fan of things, I love things that everyone else hates. Like some of my favorite movie is Batman versus Superman. And like it's not quite as hated anymore. I feel like it's kind of people like it more now. But like I love that movie and everyone was just like, I felt so in a world where like everyone hated that movie and it just made me so sad, and just I feel like everything I love people just hate. But something I don't know. Oh, my best answer for this is probably Ninja Turtles. And it's not that I can't stand Ninja Turtles. I don't dislike Ninja Turtles at all, but Ninja Turtles, especially in like the collector world, people love the Turtles like so much. And I love that for everyone because they're getting tons of Ninja Turtle stuff. Content, movies, TV shows, comics, action figures. It's great. But I'm just not into it. Not into it at all. And that's okay. Good for them. Good for them. Dino says, since you eventually do plan on doing Lego, what topic would you like to do? DC or Marvel? It's going to be Star Wars, 100%. It's like, I think oh my goodness. There's no question that it's just going to be Star Wars, for sure. And actually, I have done quite a few Lego Star Wars stuff for Disney before, which is amazing. There's a video I did where it says, like, I made photography for Disney. And there's a lot of Lego in there. Very, very fun. Hey, Vicious Soldier, I'm curious, did you get better at photography, video, and creative because your channel or something? Did you go to art school? Well, that's a very nice compliment. I did not go to art school. The only real like education I've had on like photos or videos is I took a Photoshop class in 10th grade. It was, just one of my, I could have taken like art or Photoshop. So I took Photoshop. So that actually helped me a lot. I learned a lot about Photoshop there. Other than that, I just like it a lot. And, the more you like something, the more you do it. And the more you get better at stuff, the more you do stuff. That's all. So thank you for that. That's a very nice thing. I've seen them, but honestly, whenever I see like a Ninja Turtle figure on the shelf or something, my eyes just glaze right past it. Because at this point, I just see so many Ninja Turtles that they all just blend together for me. I'm just like, cool, another new turtle. That's cool. All right. Unless someone specifically points out like, oh, this is a new one. And then I look at it, I'm like, oh, okay. I see some. But yeah, I'm not just not a big turtle guy. Not a big turtle guy. Cactus. Hello again. I love your content. I've been a fan for almost 3 years. Wow. Thank you. I have a question for you. How would you make a figure of Sir Daniel Fortescue? Well, we were just talking about that, but I'm going to base it off of a Mythic Legions figure. And the only real reason I'm going to be able to do this is because I have a custom head sculpt for Dan Fortescue that fits on a Mythic Legions. And so without that, then, that's the main thing, because that's the real identity of Daniel Fortescue is his incredible, unique face, his skeleton face. So when that comes out, I'll do the whole video on it. Man, am I really frozen like that? Okay, that was a weird thing. JDL Feliciano says, why do you like Star Wars so much? Well, the best answer is because, I don't know, I just think it's cool. That's the only reason anybody really needs to like anything, But Star Wars is just one of the things that well, first of all, I grew up loving it with my brothers and stuff. We all loved Star Wars. But I don't know, I just think it's really cool. I just think it's really cool. And I think Star Wars 2 is also like the best type of action figure stuff for toy photography specifically, because the world of Star Wars is just so incredibly vast that like you could take you could take Mando right here, and you could put him, you could go outside and put him out there and take a photo of him, no matter where you are. If you're in like a city environment, a snowy environment, a forest environment, a rock, desert, anything, and it will fit, because Star Wars just has all of that as far as just like setting, and it works, which is really cool. But I just like Star Wars because I do. Yeah, you never technically, if anyone asks you why you like something, and JD, I love you. This is not by any means saying like a bash on you, but don't ever let somebody tell you or make you feel like you shouldn't like something, or like you need to explain and have a excuse as to why you like something, you know. But and I know that's not what you're saying at all, and I'm glad to hear it, JDL. Yeah, I just think it's cool, you know. Maybe I will. If there's, I have seen like the Knuckles and the Tails, so maybe I will. I feel like Knuckles could be a cool video. I feel like, right? Yeah. Plastic Arcade. I'm trying to branch out from Star Wars, but I keep going back to it. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I do get that though. I do get that. Well, maybe something Plastic Arcade, like what for me, one of the things that helps me branch away, because I do find myself coming back to it all the time, is that instead of like, for me, when I think of a toy photo, the idea comes first about something, and then I'm like, okay, what figure works with this idea? So if I have an idea first, I'm like, I really want to have a figure doing this. Then I'll be like, okay, I know I like Star Wars, but does this Spider-Man actually work better for this idea? And if it does, then I'll shoot Spider-Man. So yeah. And you know what, Jamie? I actually get a lot of Bendy people saying, you should do Bendy. And I'm like, I don't remember who that is. But I have seen them before. And I've Googled Bendy so many times because I'm like, who is this again? But they look cool. They look cool. Iron Morgan says, well, will you do the Shadow one that comes out later this year? Oh, really? There's the Shadow. Oh, you know, I did see the Shadow and Android. Maybe that will be the next one that I'll do. That'd be cool. But then again, I'm going to make the video and people are going to tell me that it's okay. I'm so clueless on the Sonic IP that it's just going to show. What figure do you use for your channel? Is it like, do you mean like this guy? Like the here. This is the Patrol Trooper, my favorite Stormtrooper design. That's him from Solo, if you've seen Solo. And he has made an appearance in Jedi Survivor 2. Those are, I think, the only two real appearances he's made. But yeah, love, and that's a Black Series. Noki, how do you keep your figure in focus? No matter what, it will not stay in focus. Huh. Well, in the camera, there's usually, that little square. If you choose it on autofocus, like a little square, and you can choose where you want it to focus on. And I would say put it on a tripod. And as long as you've got that square on the face, try not to touch your tripod so much. Like if you're pushing the button, and like when the act of actually pushing the button on your camera when it's on a tripod will make it move a little bit, So try to use the timer, so you do it and then you let it go. Or Noki, I actually did a video on sharper photos, like how to get sharp toy photos, and actually talk a lot about focus in that video. That might be helpful. It's in the toy photography tutorials playlist. I think it's the first one. If you go on the channel, it's right there. It's got Darth Maul on the cover. Who's your favorite character in DC? Superman. Always. He's my favorite character ever. Period. Skamuki Doo, what was your initial inspiration for toy photography? Sorry? Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. Thank you. My initial inspiration was other toy photographers. I just started posting like I would get a new action figure, just the basic on my shelf, like cool new figure. And by doing that, I kind of discovered toy photography on Instagram. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I got inspired. Same story as most other people. Just see it online. It's like, that's so cool. Oh, what's your favorite obscure Star Wars character? Mine is Cy Snoodles. Who is Cy Snoodles? Let's Cy Snoodles. Oh yes, the Jedi Rocks girl. Hang on, let me pull her up just so there's some actual visual representation of what I'm talking about here. She is great. She is great, and some people really dislike the update on Return of the Jedi with adding this version as opposed to this version. And I don't know what anyone's talking about. Like this, what an upgrade. She is great. My favorite obscure Star Wars character. I have to really think about that. My favorite obscure Star Wars character. I have to really think about that. It's funny because a lot of characters I feel like I would think as being obscure, now I feel like they're not so obscure anymore because so many of them have been brought into light via other mediums. I really like what is the name of the bounty hunter with the big like round hat? It's really quick, like Kobo or something. Someone help me. In the Clone Wars, the name of the bounty hunter that hung out with Boba Fett and like Aura Singh and some of those guys. What's his name? He's got the big, it's almost like a big, almost like a sombrero kind of. Not Cad Bane. He is great. What's the name of his? No, it's not. Yeah, Cad Bane wears the big hat, but no, it's the other guy. You can't really even see his face. What's his name? I'm looking at the chat. Star Wars bounty hunter big hat. This is him. Embo. He's a really cool character design. Really, really cool. Yeah, it's more like, right. It's more like the right. Yes, you're absolutely right, Tabby. I really think he's a cool character design. For sure. So I'm just gonna go with him for now because I'm gonna really start thinking about this. But yeah, that's it for now. How do I fix loose joints? You know what? I have never done this fix, but I've seen a lot of people talking about how to fix it. And the one I've seen the most, and this actually is something I learned from watching D Amazing, who I'm sure everyone watching is familiar with him. He's kind of like the #1 action figure reviewer, really. Great guy. I think he usually say, take the joint off, put some clear nail polish on it, and then wait for it to dry, like overnight, because nail polish takes a while to dry, and then put it back in. I've never tried it, so I can't really say as to what, how well it works, but I trust him for sure, so I would think so. Who's my favorite SpongeBob character? It might just be SpongeBob. As a kid, I used to always like try to pick like a cool version of my favorite character that others would say no, and it was always Don the Whale. Uh-oh. Hang on. I'm getting a text from my wife. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah, Don the Whale used to be my go-to for sure. Hey, Matt Bellows. Do you think Jar Jar Binks can be a Sith Lord in disguise? Oh, trust me, I have seen obviously we kind of all have at this point the theories on it, and man, sometimes they're very convincing. They're very, very convincing. But no, he's not a Sith Lord. I think it's a funny concept, and we will see him in that new Lego video special that's coming out on Disney Plus. We'll see Darth Jar Jar in that. So I guess it'll be an official yes after that, right? Sorry, responding to the wife. Okay. Jedi Bob, huh? Yeah, that's my favorite SpongeBob and Star Wars character. I might mild foot. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. If there's something that's really pulling me in, I'm like, that's cool. I'll do it. I'll do it. My favorite band. Their band is August Burns Red. Heck yeah. Favorite action figure review that you did? To be honest, I think usually like the most recent video I make is kind of like my favorite, because I'm always trying to make them better and funny and like entertaining, and I feel like I learn something every time. Favorite review that I did, I think the Destroyer Droid video is pretty good. I think there's a lot of funny jokes in that. Whichever one's the funniest usually ends up being my favorite. So I guess that's it. Whoa, Abe, happy birthday. Have a great night. Have a great night. Classic arcade. I don't know. You know what I should do? I should just go upstairs into my collection and just count them all. I'm very curious. I'm going to guess there's probably not as many as I think. There's probably around 200 or so. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to count all of these too. I'll count. I'm going to guess around 200, maybe a little over 200. What was your most fun photo to take? Great question. They're all very fun. To be honest, I think the photos that I find the most fun are the ones that I just do indoor on my counter. And I love doing fireworks and all that stuff outside, and then I'm always, I think, gonna like outside more, but I think I have more fun doing the just like dumb little stuff I do on my counter with like, drinks or something, because I feel very low pressure when I do those, because I'm inside. I've got the lighting set up. I don't have to rush because of the sun or anything like that. So yeah, that's probably it. Just those ones. They're fun. Hey Dash, how do you feel about the Jax Sonic 4-inch line? You know what? I did have one of the Sonics. I think they're cool because Jax puts out a lot of very affordable action figures that you can get for like sometimes under $10, So I'm totally into that. The more available and easy things are for people to get, that's just always a big win. Even if they're not necessarily the most high quality or whatever, that's fine. But they're at a great price point for people to get. So, yeah. I think they're really cool. Which video game character do you think has the best figures? Oh, video game character. I do think the Storm Collectibles, like Mortal Kombat figures, are really cool. I think those are really great. Video game. I have a couple of the Kratos God of War stuff. Those are great. Oh man, the Halo figures by 1000 Toys are just wildly like those are the most high quality figures ever. Like I only have one of them, and it's just such an incredibly good figure. It's just so good. So probably those. So I'm excited for the other ones to come out. I would love 1000 Toys to make more stuff that I like. I mean, obviously there'd be tons of stuff, but more stuff that I like. What's your opinion on the Mafex Black Noir? Just got it. I think it's great. If you I did a video about the boys figures. I give all my opinions in there, and I think it's a great figure. Really, really love it. Ahmad, great Koraidon picture. Have you ever heard of the hit game Rain World? I have not heard of it at all. Definitely not, but I'll check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. Should I get some G.I. Joes or Mafex Spider-Man? I mean, well, which do you like more? I mean, you could probably get more figures by getting the G.I. Joe classified because they're a lot cheaper than a Mafex. But I mean, I am more for quality over quantity. Not saying the G.I. Joes are not quality, but Mafex stuff is a little bit higher quality. So I would go with that. That's what I would say. Get the Mafex. Mortal Kombat from Storm Collectibles are nice. Ooh, Cyrax and Sector. Nice. Awesome. Those are probably fantastic. Dude. Yeah. I want 1,000 toys to make a Doomslayer figure. Oh my gosh. The Figma one is really good, but it could be better. It could be better. Kylie is a girl who loves Stitch. What's my zodiac sign? I'm Leo. And I don't know anything about that stuff, but that's what I am. That's what I am. Cloud's King, I just posted a Lego photo. Are you feeling more interested to do it sooner? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. Yes, I sure have. Apertoy. That's a cool name. And your picture fits great with it. Yes, I love that movie so much. And my wife has never seen it, and I really want to watch it with her. I haven't watched it in years. I mean, I would love for somebody to put out like new small soldier figures. That'd be cool. Mafex. Mezco is great, but I just think I like Mafex more. Master Tabby, I have no idea what Kid Cosmic is. I've never watched it. No idea. When will you do another stream? I'm doing one right now. Is this one not good? Should I just do another one later? Like what? Well, I for sure will be doing one at the end of the month for the challenge theme, the birthday theme. And I try to do that the last Friday of the month. So we could pretty much, actually, a week from today. But it could maybe around the 2nd. So probably next week. Nintenja. It's kind of a cool mix on Nintendo Ninja. 2 questions here. How do you feel about the TMNT Super 7? Walmart Playmates. About both of those. Not a big Ninja Turtles guy. So to be honest, thinking about both of those, I can't. They're probably both great, and I'm sure everyone probably really loves them, and they're probably really awesome. But to be honest, when I see Ninja Turtle stuff, my eyes just kind of glaze past them. They all kind of blend together for me, but doesn't mean they're not cool. What do you think about the Mezco King Kong? It's probably great, actually, but they didn't do they've only done like the older King Kong, right? Not like the newer one. Not like Monsterverse one, right? I don't know. Hang on, gotta respond to my wife. Sorry. All right. Do you know Godzilla? Who? God who? No, I've never heard of this Godzilla. No, is of course I do. Who doesn't know Godzilla? Love Godzilla. Super 7. I feel like they're not super well known for their articulation Apertoy, but I'm sure they're cool. Cheesy Kid. Have you heard of Hot Lava? It's a parkour action figure game. No, I have not. I have played a lot of Hypercharge Unboxed, which is a action figure game, which is really cool. I definitely recommend playing Hypercharge Unboxed for sure. Do you have any recommendations for cheaper side cameras? The one I was talking about earlier in the video, go with the Canon Rebel series. And if you want exact recommendations, if you go to my website, Sirdork.com, and click on gear, I have a whole little like Amazon thing of like stuff I recommend for beginners, stuff like that. Everything's right on there. Oh, what's a good figure to buy for the first time? First of all, hi. Whatever you're into, just like if you really like Batman, just Google Batman figure and you'll find tons of them. Just get whatever you think is cool. You know, just whatever you think's cool. You know, that's all. A retro figure review. So like retro meaning like a new figure that looks old, because I think the definition of retro really means like something that isn't old. It just looks. It's made to look like it's old. I mean, I just did one with Street Sharks. Or do you mean like just an old figure? I'll probably stick to newer stuff, just because that seems to be more of a hot commodity that people will get into. And I'm also more interested in new figures too than old ones. Do you have Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? I'm sure Super 7 will get to that eventually, and I will definitely do that. What are the best figure stands? There's a lot of good ones. Most of the figure stands that I use are ones that just come with figures. And I really love the ones that come with Mezco. Those are like the best stands that come with figures. I also made a video recently about some really cool action figure stands. It's called 4 action figure stands. And I definitely recommend watching that because they're really cool and unique figure stands. So go ahead and watch that. They're made by Iron Wing Collectibles. Really cool. Really cool. Jose, thank you so much for the super chat, Jose. How do you set up lights? Well, actually, I have several different videos on lighting if you're ever interested. But when you're setting up lights, don't just think about, okay, I want my photo to be well lit. I want there to be light. Think about it. I want the lighting to look cool. Like, so if you just think about this, the way I have my lights right now, most of my lights are behind me. I've got one big light right there. I've got one light here, got one right there. And I've only got one that's in front of me over here. It's actually to my side. So just like put them in different places around the figure behind it so then you can get cool lighting. Like I've got this cool like blue line going on there. So try to like put them around and behind and get cool rim lighting. Rim lighting. Or this. Put transparent colored plastic over a flashlight. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because then you get a cool like different color lighting, you know? Yes. What's your favorite figure or character from The Boys? Homelander and Billy Butcher are definitely my 2 favorites. I love Homelander, but I just like Billy Butcher is such a incredibly entertaining character to watch. I just love the way he talks, and his dialogue is so incredibly well written, and just like he's just so much fun. I mean, he's obviously the biggest asshole ever, but he's so entertaining. So probably Billy Butcher. Hey, Comic Dad. I love the artsy fartsy side of using lights. Heck yeah, the artsy fartsy side is the best, especially the fartsy side. Totally. Speaking of Batman, have you read Court of Owls? Yeah, absolutely have. Right, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Yeah, of course. New 52 is always like my jam back in the day, and there's a lot of really great Batman stuff in New 52. Yes, definitely love Court of Owls. Hey, Floops. Do you have any Figma figures? If so, which is your favorite? Yes, I've got several Figma figures. I love the Doom Slayer, the Link, one of the Links at least. What else have I got? I've got One Punch Man and Genos. Those are great. Actually, the One Punch Man, he's great besides his cape. Got quite a few figures, but I like Figma, but I usually find myself being more disappointed with Figma when I get them than any other brand. Like I feel like there's always something about the figure that I don't like that much with Figma. There's always something I'm like, oh, that was a weird choice. I don't like that. There's always something with Figma that makes me feel that way. Yes, sir, or madam. Yes, the last video I put out yesterday is a Transformers video, so go watch it. It's a good video. You might get mad at me during parts of it, but it's a good video, I think. I hope. When you take pictures of figures outside, do you get sand in the joints if it gets dirty? Or how do you get sand out of the joints if it gets dirty? That's always a possibility, for sure. But anytime I'm shooting in the sand, I instantly will do my best to wipe them down and go and just try to get as much sand out as possible. But a good way is bringing like one of those canned air things with a little straw and shooting them out best that way. I just recommend getting them out of the sand and blowing them off as quickly as possible. Your global gold digger. I'm sorry, but I have absolutely no idea what the Dragon Horse Alpha 1 is, my friend. But it sounds cool. It might be cool, but I have no idea what it is. Retro Storm. Hey, dude. Throw them out there, man. I don't have the SH Figure Arts Broly, but I remember back when the very first one came out, I was so dying to, like, the older Broly, not the one from Super, but yeah, totally loved that. Retro Storm says, what inspired you to get into this hobby, and how many figures do you have currently? Inspiration just came from other toy photographers on YouTube, on Instagram. I saw some other people doing it. I'm like, that's cool. I want to do it. And I was talking about actually both of these questions earlier, but I feel like I probably have around 200. I want to go count. I really want to go count them. I think I might do that after, just out of curiosity. I'm curious too. Patrick. Hey, Patrick, do you think NECA is the best option for cheap action figures? If not, which is it? Well, I mean, it always depends on what you're looking for. Because I think NECA, I'm not going to say they're on the high-end side, but they're somewhere in between, like, the cheapest and the super nice ones. You know, they're definitely in between there, because they're around the $40 range. But, like, you know, all these figures that I've got on the wall here are Black Series. Those are, you know, the Hasbro stuff you can get for around, you know, 20, 25, 30 bucks. But there's also some smaller stuff too, like you can get for less than $20, like Jakks Pacific. They put out those Mario and the Sonic. Those are like $10 or even less. I would just say go walk down the Target aisle and find something, you know? Pay attention to what the brands are. And if you see you like a brand that you like but not a figure, try and Google it, you know? Robert Buchanan, what kind of action figures did you play with as a kid? Interesting. Cool question. Well, I loved Street Sharks, to be honest. I really loved Street Sharks, but a lot of the same kind of stuff. A lot of Star Wars figures. Gargoyles were on there, which is funny because I don't really have a whole lot of interest in getting the new Gargoyles figures, even though they look great. Actually, believe it or not, we had a lot of Ninja Turtles growing up, but I don't really have interest in that. A lot of Power Rangers. What other figures did I play with as a kid? Definitely like lots of Batman figures. Had a ton of like ones from, you know, the Joel Schumacher movies. Tons of Batman stuff. Yeah, a lot of the same stuff I'm into now, to be honest. What's your biggest action figure tragedy? Oh man. Oh, well, the one that bums me out the most right now is speaking of Figma again, my Figma Red from Pokemon Trainer Red. His arm is broken, and his arm falls out all the time. I glue it, it falls. It's just like his arm's broken, and that figure is so expensive. Like if I wanted to get a new one, I would have to pay like another $200+ for it. It's just like, come on. I don't want to do that again, but I would love a new one. What's your pick on the most overrated anime? Interesting. Well, it would have to be an anime that I have watched already. Because if I were to say One Piece, for instance, I haven't watched a whole lot of One Piece, so I can't say One Piece. I haven't watched it, so it could be way better than I think. I don't know. Maybe Naruto. But then again, I like Naruto, but like it's one of the most popular anime ever. But like I like it, but I don't like it that much. Like I think it's pretty good. But the world, thinks it's huge, the best. So I don't know, I feel like that's mean because I do like Naruto a little bit. Retro Storm, favorite figure is this guy. Mayfix Mando 2.0. My favorite figure right now. Used to be the Figure Arts Mando, and this one's better. So there you go. What's your opinion on model kits? I don't do a whole lot of model kits, to be honest. And that's not because I don't think they're good, but I'm just not super interested in that. But this one right here that I did in the last video was a really freaking cool model kit. Yeah, this is a model kit. Doesn't look like one, right? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. Floops. What do you think about the Fate Stay Figma line? I'm not familiar. Fate Stay sounds like an anime, especially if it's Figma. So maybe it's cool, but I'm not super familiar, to be honest. Hey, Jamie Henry, what's your favorite Diamond Select action figure? Ooh. Man, it might be that Iron Giant that I did recently. I really like that Iron Giant figure. I think that's number one. I think so. What the plastic? Mesco or SHF? SHF, for sure. Definitely. Ooh. Retrostorm, what's one figure you want but you missed out on getting? Great question. What did I miss out on that I wish I got? That's a really good question. What did I miss out on? There's been a couple figures that I have missed out on, and I've gone back and I've spent way too much money getting. I don't know. What a great question. That's something I had to think about. I don't know, man. Sorry, I hate answering the question and saying I don't know, but I don't know. That's something I have to think about. Sorry, Retrostorm. That's a good question, though. Raven, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Mike, I do not own the SH Figure Arts Buzz Lightyear, but I did recently get a really cool Revoltech Buzz Lightyear that's in the box right there. And I'll be putting a video out on him very soon. Ooh, Sub-Zero or Scorpion? I think they're equally cool. I think I like them equally. I think they're both really cool. So, both equal. Hey, Snapface, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming in. Floops, what's a figure you love, but it's just too expensive? Man, I really like 3-0 stuff, especially like the Fallout ones, but they're just too expensive. They're too expensive. Will you get the Spin Master Nathan Drake? Was that revealed? Because I know Spin Master's been putting out all those PlayStation ones, and I was considering doing the Kratos one, but did they? I would definitely get the Spin Master Nathan Drake actually, because I like Uncharted for sure. Do you have any Venom figures? Yes, I've only got one. Yeah, I've only got one, and it's just like an older Marvel Legends one. It's a good one. It's one of the big chunkier ones. It's a good one. Clash the Brand says, "Hey, I bought a figure from you several weeks ago." Oh, that was you? Yeah, I sent it out. Was it the custom on Whatnot? I sent it out probably about a week ago, so you should get it there soon. And I also put a little thing in there, and I'm pretty sure I wrote like sorry for the delay, and I'm sorry it took me so long to send it out. Thank you so much for buying it from off of Whatnot from me. It should be coming very soon, very very soon. Yeah, my bad for taking forever to send it out, but it should be coming soon. And yeah, I think I wrote in there, sorry for the lateness, but I appreciate it. Thanks for buying it, my friend. It's got to come any day now, to be honest. Snap Phase, we need more Fallout stuff. It's actually mind-blowing to me that no brands have revealed that they're making Fallout figures ever since the show. The show is so wildly popular, and it's such a hot IP right now, and nobody has revealed that it's kind of mind-blowing to me. I can't believe it that no one has done it yet. But it's there's no way it's not gonna happen. There's no way. Somebody's gonna do it. It's crazy. Ooh, what's my favorite Stormtrooper custom? I've done a few. I did one a long time ago that's painted completely like camouflage. And it might be him. I was pretty proud of that one. No, thank you, Clash of the Brands. It's got to be there very soon. It must be there. If you check on Whatnot, there should be a tracking number on there that you should be able to check. We were talking about that, actually. Yeah, I think that would be a really good idea. Ooh, what's my favorite Star Wars character? It probably will be Qui-Gon Jinn. To be honest, Darth Maul was always my number one for a very. Oh no, hang on, I'm kidding myself right now. My favorite Star Wars character is Din Djarin. I'm actually wearing a Mando. Mando is my favorite, definitely. It changes a lot. It used to be Darth Maul for so long, but Darth Maul is kind of like a dweeb. Like, the more his character becomes developed, he's kind of like a loser. He's kind of a loser. And it's true, because he's just like, all he cares about is revenge, and he just keeps getting effed over all the time. He's a little squirmy, and like, sometimes, it's like he's kind of a loser. He is. Even though he's incredibly powerful and he's badass, but he's just always losing. Always losing all the time, and it's just because of his short-sighted seek for revenge. He's just always losing. He wins. He's had a few wins, with Mandalorian stuff, and then he, it's just like he's kind of a loser. Sorry to the Darth Maul people. I'm a Darth Maul guy. Right there, I have a movie poster of Darth Maul from 1999. I've had it since then. I love Darth Maul, but he's kind of a loser. Yes, but I still love him. April Tucker, what is your favorite Iron Man action figure? Also, you are the best YouTube. Whoa, sorry. Also, you are one of the best YouTube's bros. You are. Thank you so much, April. I appreciate that very much. My favorite Iron Man is I have a 3-0 DLX one that's like die-cast metal. Oh, it's awesome. It's so cool. Definitely look into that. I did a video on that too. Is that annoying when I answer questions with referring to a video? I feel like that's annoying, but I feel like the best answer is in there. I feel like that's so annoying. Hang on. Gotta respond to my wife. She's using one of my old cameras right now. She's at a concert taking pictures for one of her, she's got like a management system where she manages talent and people. And she's at one of the concerts of one of the people she has signed, and she's taking pictures, asking me about the lens. All right. Wow, I've fallen so far behind with the questions. Sorry, you guys. What Artistic Toaster, hey dude. Any sort of creative out-of-the-box photography ideas you got brewing? Like with different sorts of perspectives or unique styles of lighting or editing? Let's see. Not a whole lot right now, to be honest. I mean, nothing totally new that I'm thinking of at the moment, like crazy techniques. Nothing really. But sometimes they kind of come to me while I'm in the moment, and I'm like, maybe I should try this. Like if there's something that I'm like if there's something that I'm struggling with and I feel like I want to get better at, I'll experiment and try something on the spot. and then I'll slowly kind of get better at it by trying new things. So maybe that's it, but I can't think of anything. Sorry, crappy answer. It's a really crappy answer, but no, I can't think of anything. Sorry, Artistic Toaster. I appreciate you, man. And Jamie Henry, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Not a question, but for real, if I hadn't found your channel, I wouldn't have gotten into this hobby. You rock, dude. Dude, that's like, that means a lot, because toy photography is really the best, and I'm glad you're into it, you know, and I'm glad you're having fun with it. And it's an honor that I was like your vehicle to getting there. So thanks, man. I appreciate you a lot, dude. She's doing well. Thank you, Snapface. Appreciate you very much, man. Do you own any Revoltex? If so, who's your favorite? I've got a few. I've got, probably my favorite is I've got the Deathstroke Yamaguchi one. And it's an awesome figure. I really want to get there's a Revoltech just announced, like the Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. His Attack Titan. And whew, that looks great. I'm definitely into that. Definitely into that. What? But I mean ducks. Wait, what? Did I miss something? We actually have way too many rubber ducks in our house. Way too many. Not by my hand. She likes to collect things too, and it's just we've got a lot of those. Do I have any FN Jazzware figures? I don't have a lot of Jazzwares, but I've gotten plenty of Pokemon Jazzwares. That's probably the most common Jazzware thing that I've got. Whoa, thanks, dude. Thanks for the W, man. Is that a thing? I appreciate it. What's your favorite Spider-Man villain? Probably Venom. Probably Venom. My cat's name is Venom. My other cat's name is Toxin. So yeah, Venom. Love Venom. Claude Zire, hey, if people have already asked 2 to 3 questions, they could maybe just sit back and watch to make it easier for the questions. I mean, if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to keep throwing them in. I am actively trying to choose other people, but I definitely don't want to discourage anyone from throwing anything in at all time. But I am actually actively trying to grab questions from people I haven't seen them from yet. Like, burnt bread isn't same as toast. What do you like better, Transformer figures or non-transforming Transformer figures? I like the ones that don't transform more. I'm not really interested in transforming them, and I'm also not really interested in the vehicle form of them at all. I think they're cooler as a humanoid shaped thing. So I actually like the ones I've gotten that I've tried to like transform. I suck at transforming them. I'm more into just a cool guy. Like this one right here, he doesn't transform, and like I like that. I like that. But then again, since I'm not a fan of the series of the franchise of Transformers, that's probably why. Because like I'm just not into seeing them transform. I guess that's a good question though. Guy from CI, what's the best Star Wars villain ever? Then I'm gonna have to go with Darth Maul. I was just talking about how Darth Maul's kind of a loser, but I still love him. It's got to be Darth Maul. I do like Darth Maul quite a bit. I do also just love Stormtroopers. They don't really count because they're just kind of like, you know, goons. But I think Stormtroopers look cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Darth Maul for sure. I do really like Kimir, who is, you know, a very new Star Wars villain. I think he's actually really freaking cool. Really cool. Sorry about that burnt bread. It's not the same as toast. Ooh, I missed your Oi Zaza because I'm planning on taking pictures on my wait, did I miss a question from you? How do you make a figure feel like they are in hell? Because I'm planning on doing a Doom figure soon. That's a great question. You know what? I think about that a lot too, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't shoot my Doom figure more, because like I feel like he'll be out of place because I don't know how to make him look like he's in hell. It's a great question. Maybe, I mean, I guess there's a lot of different depictions of what hell, I guess, could look like. So maybe just put some like red water on the ground, make it look like blood and like dripping stuff. What I've actually really wanted to do for my Doom figure is get, those like cheap rubber uh, um, tentacles you can buy. You can like put them on your fingers and stuff. I thought those would be like a cool thing to put around for him. So yeah, that's a great question. I did try to make like a hell-ish kind of diorama for my Doom figure, and I did a video about that too. But it's a good question. If anyone else has a good answer for Oizaza, please answer, help him out in the chat, because it's hard. I struggle with that too, my friend. Struggle with that too. Patrick, I do really like Godzilla, and I've got a bunch of Godzilla stuff on pre-order, so there's probably will be a bunch of stuff coming soon. So lots of stuff coming soon. Jason, could you give me some tips for toy photography? By the way, I'm doing it now. Well, cool. Jason, it's a super broad question. It's actually kind of hard for me to answer. Like, what's a good tip? But my best tip for this question is usually just keep on doing it. Take pictures of stuff and do it a lot, because the more you do it, the more you'll get better, and go out, try new things, do different things, because the more you do that, the more you'll learn, That one art guy, what are your opinions on SH Monster Arts Kong, or the Shark King, or Shimo? The Shimo one, Scar King, I think when I watched the movie, I was like, Scar King is the biggest D-bag ever. And I'm so glad it was so satisfying to see him get destroyed. I love Shimo. He reminds me of my cat Toxin every time I see him. And I know the Shimo is like kind of controversial because he's so incredibly expensive, right? He's like $300, which is crazy. So I don't have the money to do like a comparison video as much as I would love to. Unless somebody wants to send it to me for free, which I don't think any store will be interested in doing that, because that's a lot of money. But I don't know much about either of those. I don't own either of those figures, but none of them are out, right? Yeah, they're not out yet, but they look cool. They look really cool. Kevin Kamowski, do you or would you like to take some photos with a dinosaur figurine from the Hammond collection? By the way, you have chill videos vibe. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I think about doing dinosaur stuff all the time because it sounds fun, but my wife is actually has this really strong fear of dinosaurs. Some people are afraid of spiders, afraid of clowns. She's afraid of dinosaurs in a very profound way. She sees any dinosaur, it's like she's very scared. So I don't have any dinosaur figures simply for that reason, but I think it would still be fun to do it, and I'm sure I could still get some, and she wouldn't be exposed to them. But I definitely plan on it. Iron Morgan, my favorite Sonic character is Sonic, I guess. I don't have a whole lot of Sonic knowledge. Man, I got some crazy hat hair going on. Sorry about this. I gotta take a shower after this. Liz says, can you please say hi to Elijah? Hi, Elijah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here on this channel. I hope you enjoy the videos and stuff. Thank you so much, Elijah. Hope you have a great day. You are awesome, Elijah. You are awesome. Matt Billows, I'm just starting to get into toy photography. Is it okay to use multicolored LED pool lights for photos? Yeah, a lot of times when you're getting into a hobby or whatever it is, there's sometimes stigmas of oh, I got to use the cool brands of things. Like for me, I recommend using Lume Cube all the time. But that doesn't mean that's the only brand you should use. You can use anything, and really any light. Before I started getting photography lights like Lume Cube or anything, I just used flashlights that I had lying around in my house, and that worked fine. I mean, the Lume Cubes are really cool, and then they do a lot of great stuff, and I love them. But you could just use a flashlight. You could use the flashlight on your phone. That's what I used for so long. I just downloaded like an app that had like different lights for like it just on the screen. And I used that, and that was great. So whatever you got, man. Yes, I think those would be great for toy photography. Robert Buchanan, have you ever read Watchmen or seen the movie? And if so, how do you feel about it, or are you a fan? I'm actually a really big Watchmen fan. Yes. Actually, my first Watchmen exposure was watching Zack Snyder's Watchmen, and then I read the book afterwards. And so I didn't. But yeah, I absolutely love and adore Watchmen. A lot. Definitely love Zack Snyder's our movie the most. I love Dr. Manhattan. I would love some like really high quality Watchmen figures. I feel like Mafex would kill it with Watchmen. I feel like that's perfect. And I also really loved the HBO series. Actually, I really loved it. It was really good. I loved everything about it except for Dr. Manhattan. He felt so not godlike. I always feel like Dr. Manhattan has to be like so incredibly godlike and stuff, and he didn't feel like that to me in that show. I actually really love Yahya Abdul Mateen. Yahya Abdul Mateen. I think that's his name. The actor, I really love him. He plays Black Manta and a lot of other. He's really great, and it wasn't necessarily him. I just didn't like how grounded he felt. You know, I just want him to be this like untouchable god, but he didn't feel like that. Anyway, I love Watchmen a lot. I really love Watchmen. Anyway, you can tell if I ever get overly excited about a topic if I don't shut up about it. If I just keep going on and on about it. I love Watchmen. All right. Do you own the NECA Alf? I don't actually. Alf is something before my time, so I don't know really much about it at all. So except for he wants to eat cats, right? Iron Morgan, will you ever do a video game live stream? Probably not. I've thought about it because of the Hypercharge Unbox game that came out. I did the video about that game because it was an action figure game, and I was gaming in the video, and it was fun. It was very fun, but I don't think I gotta stick to. One of the things that I think about YouTube that's really important is like once you find a topic and what your channel is about, you gotta stick to that topic, because if you stray from that, people subscribe and follow you for a reason. Like, oh, I like his action figure videos, I'm going to subscribe. And if I start doing other stuff, people are going to be like, that's not why I subscribe. See ya. And I don't want to do that. But I also like really suck at video games. As much as I love to play video games, I kind of suck at a lot of them. So I feel like I'd be... I feel like even though I would suck, it might be entertaining. Who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Bunny Plush Pro. Where do you get your action figures if you don't want to ship online? Oh, so in person. Well, to be honest, most of the time I get them at like Target or Walmart or GameStop. I actually really like GameStop. I would also Google if you have any local like comic book stores or local collectible shops. Those are sometimes can be the best ones. But another really great thing to do is Google it to see if you have any either Comic Cons or Toy Con conventions near you, because those are that's where you're gonna get good figures, is at conventions. There's a good one in New Jersey that I go to pretty often. It's called New Jersey Toy Con, NJ Toy Con. I'm sure there's probably people watching that are like, yeah, heck yeah. And that's really fun. So I would recommend that. Martin Digitizer. Is there a character you wish had a figure, and who would you want to make it? Mine is Captain Falcon. And I miss. Yeah, what the heck? There's no Captain Falcon. What the heck, man? That's crazy. That would be so wildly successful. The Captain, if Figma made a Captain Falcon figure, the pre-order would sell out instantly, and it would also instantly become wildly expensive on the aftermarket? That's what a great answer to that question. Well, for the longest time, my answer to that question was V for Vendetta. We do not have a good official V for Vendetta figure. There's a really great third-party one that I really like. I always thought Mezco would be great for that. I also really want the Grinch figure, and I mean Jim Carrey, the Grinch, and NECA would definitely be the one for that. Also, I would like some high-quality Donkey Kong figures. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And yeah, I think Figma would be good for those too. I think Figuarts would be too, because Figuarts does all the Mario stuff, you know? Pablo, I appreciate the W, man. Mike says the Zabu Build-A-Figure Cable Marvel Legends sold out pretty quick. I honestly, like, I didn't even know that there was a Cable Build-A-Figure. But sounds pretty awesome. I'm sure if I saw that wave, like if I Googled it right now, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen it. But yeah, I guess so. Dark Hamster, yeah, I do enjoy Berserk. I'm not a big Berserk fan. I know it's an anime or actually a manga that's been around for a really long time, and I have watched a few seasons of some of them. And then there's a couple movies, right? And there's some series. I've watched one of the series, and I liked it quite a bit. The one I watched was more like the CGI kind of anime, which I'm not a huge fan of that, but I do like it. Pablo, I see it in there, but I gotta put you in timeout because you're just spamming. So love you, my friend, but I gotta put you in timeout for a minute because it's a little bit of a spam. Even though I appreciate that the spam is W's, and I appreciate the W's. You, my friend, are a W, but it becomes too much for the others in the chat, my friend. Iron Morgan, I actually just received some stuff in the mail today that I will be doing a custom action figure video on very soon. I just got some stuff to make a custom figure of Khmer / the Stranger from the Acolyte, and I'm really excited. And I think it's a approachable type of custom to make that won't be too bad. So I think it'll be fun to do. Oh, there's a Figma Guts. I didn't realize that there was a Figma of Guts. I know that there's a recent Figuarts that came out that was pretty divisive. Some people hated it. Some people really loved it. But yeah, it's he's really cool. I think Guts is actually a really cool character. How do you get rid of the fear of going outside and doing toy photography? Noah, that is a legitimate fear, and I get why you would have that fear. I really do, because it's kind of scary to go out there and have people, coming up to you. But I think the biggest way to overcome it is to just do it. And I think what you have to do really first to get to be able to do that is to kind of like accept and be proud of yourself as a toy photographer. Even though it feels weird, you might think it's weird, or you might think that other people will think it's weird, but you got to take that and you got to not care about that. You got to just be proud of yourself as a toy photographer, and you got to think it's cool because it is cool. And one thing too, pretty much every time I do it and people come around, I always get really great experiences with people who are curious. Like, recently when I was doing the pictures of the boys, I really wish I try to actually get a lot of the interactions I get with people on camera to help, people like you who are feeling a little nervous about it. But there was these two young kids. They were probably like 20 or maybe even younger, 20 or so. And they were just walking, and actually there was two groups of people, but specifically these two young kids. And usually that's the age group in which I would think people would be like, stupid. Because, kids are the harshest. But they were really young, and they were like, yo, what's that, for YouTube? And I was like, hey, yeah, this is for YouTube. And they're like, that's cool, that's dope. What is that, The Boys? And I was like, yeah, it's Homelander. And they were like, whoa, like kind of looking at it. And I was like, yeah, Sirdork on YouTube. And they're like, oh, cool, man. And then they went and they walked up and they're like brought it up on their phone. They're like, this is it. And they went and subscribed. And I was like, that's so nice. And they were really nice. And then they walked away and then they actually came back because I don't know what they were doing. And they were like, how long does it take to do that, man? To make a video like that? And they're like, what, like 10 hours? And I was like, to make the whole video? I guess so, probably. And they're like, that's cool, bro. Good luck with your career, bro. And I was like, thanks. Like, it was just, what a nice interaction. So most of the time, people are just very curious. The most recent one I did with the Street Sharks videos is actually, I got the guy in the video. He was just asking questions, and they were like, that's really cool. Like, that's good for you, man. Like, they're always just really, so just be proud and be confident with yourself and with toy photography. And every time you do that, you're introducing someone or many people into what toy photography is. You know, there's millions of fans of toy photography out there. They just don't know that they're fans yet. And it's up to you to let them know, you know. Mike says, I shoot at City Park and mostly women ask me about my photo shoots. There you go. Toy photography in the park / a great way to pick up chicks. Just ask Mike. That's great. Dark Hamster says, my biggest question is, why do you not have 1 million subs? Thank you, man. That's really nice, Dark Hamster. Wow, 1 million. That'd be crazy, right? That's, and speaking of that, Jamie says, what will you do for 100K special? It's actually kind of crazy to even be thinking about that, but yeah, as long as things continue to go as they're going now, I won't be much longer till it's there. I don't know, but I definitely want to do something really special. Give away some stuff. I would love to reach out to an action figure brand store that I have contacts with and see if they'd be willing to do some giveaways, something like that. I've got a few contacts that maybe but I feel like that would be really cool. At 40K, I gave away a hot toy. That was crazy. Jeez, already doubled it. Crazy. Thank you, everyone who watches. It's crazy to me. So, yeah, I'll do something cool. I'll do something really, really cool. Elijah, my favorite figure that is actually a Star Wars figure is this Mafex Mandalorian 2.0. He's got a little Grogu bag. Grogu in a bag. You can't beat that. You can't. What's better than Grogu in a bag? Literally nothing. Dark Hamster says, funny thing is I found you from some toy documentary on YouTube. Your channel was up there. And I just love your pictures. Well, that's cool. And a toy documentary? Well, that's really cool. Thank you so much, Dark Hamster, for finding that. Jason said, letting you know Soldier Boy is coming out of the 2025. Yes. Actually, I don't have him on pre-order yet. I'm kind of short on the money lately. It costs a lot of money to bring in this many figures to make videos on. But yeah, I got him in the deep. Absolutely gonna get those. Are the figures at Walmart? That's it. Yeah, 100 billion%. It's such a great deal for those figures. Absolutely. Pablo, I'm sorry, my friend. I gotta put you in a timeout again. I appreciate how much you're putting the love into the chat, Pablo, but it's spamming. You're spamming, my friend. You're spamming. I love you, but can't spam like that. What's your favorite DC action figure? Probably either the Mafex or the Mezco Superman. I did that like kind of comparison video. It's one of those two. I really, really like both of those figures. Really do. Really, really great figure. Do you ever try to replicate a scene or action from? Sometimes. Most of the time, honestly, I try. Well, not that I try not to, but I won't do that as much because I like I feel like it's more fun to create a new scene that's never existed before. Because toy photography, you can do that. You can make something that's never happened. But yeah, I've definitely done a couple. My favorite one that I can think of is, the scene from the Batman where you see Batman walking towards the Penguin upside down, and there's the fire in the background, and there's this beautiful silhouette of Batman walking. Man, it's such a great scene. That scene just screams toy photography. I remember in theaters seeing it. My wife was like, "You should do a toy pic of that," and then I did. And yeah, that's probably my favorite one. Fallout 4 or New Vegas? Fallout 4 for sure. I love New Vegas, and Fallout New Vegas has the best music. I love the playlist on that, and I love New Vegas, but just like a lot of the features and just newer things about video games and a newer gen world in Fallout 4 is just makes it a more enjoyable gameplay experience. Although I do love, Dark Horse says Fallout 3 is better than both. Honestly, my favorite is Fallout 76. It's such a good game. No spams allowed. No, Dino, I appreciate it. And Pablo, if you're still watching, I appreciate you so much. I really do. And I want to make sure the chat is enjoyable for everyone. Please answer Mezco or NECA. Well, Mezco is usually a bit more expensive, so I'll probably will say Mezco, but NECA is a lot more affordable. So Mezco is able to do more at being at a higher price point than that, but they have more of a risk of, having less of a clientele of customers and having a higher price point. Toxicity increase. If you can make any character an action figure, which would it be? I was just talking about before that I really would like the Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch by NECA. Literal Heart. Which Star Wars trilogy is your favorite? I was born in 1992. I'm a prequel boy. No matter what. No matter how hard I try. I'm a prequel boy. But I've loved them all. Even the sequels. I love the sequels. I watch them regularly too. But, prequels always for sure. Speaking of Fallout, I've been working on a custom T60 power armor. Whoa, cool. Dark Hamster, that's really exciting. I would love to see that. Burnt bread. What's your favorite live action Batman? It is an easy question for me. It's Batfleck. I think Ben Affleck's Batman is just so good, and specifically the way he is in Batman versus Superman. I think he does such a good job at being this just bitter Bruce Wayne. I love that version of him, and plus, he kicks way more ass than anybody. Like that warehouse scene is just objectively the freaking coolest Batman scene ever. It's just so cool. You watch it, you're just like, oh, it's just so good. So good. Even though that wasn't Ben Affleck, that was a stuntman, but that's fine. It's still that version of him, My favorite Venom action figure is my cat, Venom. No, I only have one actually, and it's it's just an older Marvel Legends big buff one. And it's a great figure. Lost Ramen Media says, do you have any experiences with toy photos in the ocean? If so, what techniques did you use? Thanks, Sirdork. Been a great inspiration. I appreciate that, Lost Ramen. Thank you. So you mean in the water, underwater? No, I actually have no experiences at all. There's one guy. His name is Toych David. David is his first name. His Instagram name is Toy TSH. Toych. He does a lot of that. I think he uses a phone, maybe. But yeah, they look really cool, and I've always wanted to try that, but I've never done it. Never done it. Dustin, my brother's name is Dustin. Call him Dusty. What's your favorite all-time character, and why? And it's Superman. Superman's my all-time favorite character because he's awesome, and because he's just the best guy. He's like the ultimate, like, epitome of just good and doing good. So if you're a person and in your personal life you just want to do good, whenever you're thinking about what should I do in this situation, just think, what would Superman do? And if you think clearly Superman would do the right thing, that's right. What would he do? Superman, for sure. What do you think is the worst and best Star Wars show and movie? My favorite Star Wars movie is The Phantom Menace. The worst, the movie, I mean, I don't, by worst, I'm going to say my least favorite, because I love them all. The one I like the least, to be honest, the one, as much as I love Attack of the Clones, is probably Attack of the Clones. The one I look forward to watching the least is probably The Force Awakens. I feel like that one's lowest on my list when I want to watch them, even though I love that movie. That Star Wars show is The Mandalorian. As far as the show I look forward to watching the least would probably be the Obi-Wan show, even though I liked it, but wasn't my favorite. There's other ones I like more. I don't own any Jujutsu Kaisen action figures, even though I do really enjoy the show quite a bit. Would be cool to have a Gojo figure, but see, I love this show, but there's something about the character designs in that show that don't really scream out as like action figure worthy, in my opinion. They all just kind of wear these boring black outfits, and they all just kind of have like pretty simplistic character designs. Not all of them though. Like what's the guy's name that lives inside of what's the freaking main character's name? Yuji Itadori. What's the guy that lives inside of him? The evil demon guy that lives inside. He's just got the markings on his face, right? Itadori is the what's the guy? Sakuna. Yes. Sukuna. Yes, I think he's got a great character design. That's really, of all of the characters to buy a figure of, it would probably be Itadori with the Sukuna stuff. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, probably would be him, and I know they exist. Definitely know they exist. The Venom action figure is upstairs. I'd have to go and get it. It'd probably knock over some figures by accident, but I do have a photo with him. I mean, if you went on Instagram and scrolled, you'd probably find it. But yeah, sorry, man. Lost Ramen says, "What made the Patrol Trooper stand out to you? It's such a great logo." Well, thank you. To be honest, the story is initially the design of the Patrol Trooper didn't really catch me that. Like, I always liked the figure and I thought it was cool, but it wasn't until there's one photo. Here, let me pull it up. There's one photo that I took once a really long time ago that that was the first time I had ever taken the photo and been like, wow, I took that? Like, where is it? Like, I was so impressed with myself. It was the most proud I've ever been of myself. And that was one of a big milestone for me, being like, now I really want to go really hardcore into toy photography because of this photo. And where the heck is it? Where is it? And I was using that figure. And so that figure itself kind of became the the physical representation of that moment for me. And then I here it is. This photo right here. If anyone's been following me for several years, you might recognize it, maybe. So this photo here, when I took this photo, I think this was it was late 2018, because the movie came out in 2018. maybe it's 2019. When I took this photo, is the first time I ever combined. Like I had a picture that I tried to blow the fireworks up and splash the water all at the same time. Ended up getting 2 different photos I liked, and I combined them in Photoshop. It's the first time I ever did that, and I was like, "Wow, this is so." And like, so this is the first time I ever took a photo that I said, "Damn, I did that," and I feel so good about it, and I was so incredibly proud of myself. And so I started just using this photo on as my profile picture and like my banners, just because I was so proud of it. And it slowly became like not about the figure so much or the photo, but the character, and it becoming like just like my brand logo or whatever. And so I just kind of embraced that. I took several photos, and then just became it from that. But yeah, it was just like a big milestone for me. So yeah, that's a really fun question. Thanks for asking that, Lost Ramen. What's the best budget action figure brand? Patrol Troopers, cool. Well, I would say go down the aisles at like Walmart or Target, and whatever figures you see down that aisle are going to be decently priced, because Walmart's not going to sell $100 hot toy. So just look and find something that's doable, and then go with that. Hasbro is usually a good go-to, Right, Clifford? Hello to you. And hello to you as well, my friend. I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I just appreciate you. Thank you so much. Does the lighting in photography the as for taking a video? So I think what you're saying is the lighting in the video as important as in the photo? I would say it's more important in a photo than in a video. It's important in a video, but with a video, you have other things in there that can help, like audio, and you can do other things that can help bring people in. But with a photo, you've just got, hey buddy, speaking of Venom, he's right here sneezing. Bless you. You want to come say hi, pal? Here. Venom just woke up from a little nap. Here he is. Hey buddy. Want to say hi in the thing? Okay, maybe he'll stay on the lap. But yes, I would say it's just as important, but video, you've got more to work with than a photo. Photo, you've just got visuals, and then video, you've got a little more. So. Great question. Karina Soto, where did you get the wired cape Batman? The first appearance one that's got the that one, McFarlane actually sent me that, which I was very fortunate. But I have seen him in Target and GameStop and Walmart before. I've seen him in all of those places. But I've seen him most often in GameStop. So I would check GameStop. Uncle Bink. Heck yes, I will. Are you kidding me? Yes. Ray Sashi, what's up, dude? Hope you had a good shift. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. I will not be going live tomorrow. Actually, one of the main reasons why I'm going live this week is because I don't have the time. I didn't have enough time to put out a second video for Sunday. So the live stream is kind of like a makeup for that. But I'll put out some shorts, though, the rest of the week, too. So, oh, is it the same? I see what you mean now. Is the lighting the same? Pretty much. You can light things kind of the same way in a photo than a video. At least in my experience, though, I'm not as good at editing a video as I am at editing a photo. So I don't have as much control there. But I would say, yeah, it's just lighting is very important for sure. I appreciate that, April. But yeah, I won't be able to go live tomorrow. Sorry. I will have a new photo that I'll be posting on Instagram tomorrow. I guess that's some type of content. Do you draw at all? If so, what kind of things? I'm not much of a drawing artist. Actually, you know what? I can't remember the last time I've drawn anything, to be honest. Definitely not my forte. My wife is great at drawing. She's always drawing on her tablet all the time. LeBron James, it's an honor. And yes, I have heard of Ultraman. Something I've always wanted to kind of get into, but I never did. Next Toy Picks, how's it going, dude? Thanks for coming on in, man. Good to see you. I plan on doing it usually the last Friday of the month, which actually is next Friday. Came up quick, but I might do it a little bit later because it's like next Friday is the 26th, which is still like a week, almost a whole week before the month ends. So I might do August 1st. I'm not really sure. Probably the 26th. We'll see. I gotta ask my wife what we've got going on. Are you gonna check out the new Fond Joy BVS Batman? You know what? I think I've seen him, and I was kind of interested. Fond Joy BVS Batman. Whoa. Let's check him out. Oops. Here we go. This is the Fond Joy BVS Batman. Okay, yes, this is the one I have seen. He looks a little bit, when I look at him, I'm getting like Beast Kingdom vibes. He looks, I don't know how tall he is. Is he like, he looks like he's more like 8 inches. Oh, he's 1/9 scale. So yeah, he's a little bit big. I don't know. This figure isn't really pulling me in. Like if like I feel like he looks. There's nothing really about this figure that makes me think like what about him is different or new as opposed to just buying like one of the other many versions of this figure that exist. You know, there's like, I mean, he is bigger, 1/9 scale. There's not a lot of, but I feel like Beast Kingdom is like the same. I don't know. I probably won't, to be honest, but I am curious to see if others are going to be into it. I know Mafex is re-releasing their BVS one, and I don't know. Probably not Cage, but that is definitely very interesting. Man, I found this Mafex Spider-Man for $12 and it costs $125. Ooh, it's probably a bootleg. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but just make sure it's by bootleg I mean some other company is making a knockoff version of that figure. So just be aware, because it might not be as good. It might be good, but it might not be as good. Hey, Jimmy. Ooh, I love your photo. Love that. Gaming with Pie. What's your favorite Star Wars character action figure? Sorry, I'm laughing because this is a question that I have answered many times tonight, but it's all right. That's why I have him right here. It's the Mafex Mando 2.0. All right. Why do you collect dolls at your age? Katie Fitch. Because I think they're cool. And if by calling them dolls, I don't take offense to that, but I know some people would. And I'm almost wondering did you specifically use the word dolls to strike a nerve? Because I think they're cool. I have no other answer for that besides that. I think they're cool. You should give it a shot. They're cool. Yes, finally. Ben! Hey, Ben! How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Did you just get off work? I know you're a hard-working man, right? I appreciate you coming in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Me too. Gaming with Pie. Very, very much. Cool. That's great. I'm glad it was good. Elijah says, where do I go to see the monthly challenge photos? I only saw last month's paper one. If you go on the channel, actually, I can just show you right here. Let's see. If you go onto the YouTube channel, so let's go to view your channel. So if you go onto the channel right here, if you go over to the live spot here, and these are all the different live streams that I've done, and all the one that have this bloody reacts thing, like this one says reacts. Those are all of the ones that have been the monthly challenges. So they go way back. All the ones that say reacts. And I was informed recently that I had like two 13s and two 14s. So I've actually done more of these than I thought. So anyone that say the big reacts, the bloody, drippy looking one. So there you go. Thanks for asking, Elijah. Bruce, I collect dolls. I'm nearly twice Jared's age. Yeah, they're cool. It's just because they're awesome. That's really it. Well, appreciate it, Gaming with Pie. We appreciate you so much. Sam the Man. Hey man, any future plans for another toy photography convention? As much as I would love to, but not in the immediate future. Only because it was an amazing day for sure, but I've learned a few lessons from that, and toy photography versus toys is just like the amount, and like it takes a ton of money to make a ton of money and a ton of work to make a convention happen, and we were kind of naive to think that toy photography was a popular enough concept to bring lots of people in to make a convention not only just profitable but sustainable for all the money it costs to make it. So maybe if we thought of doing like a toy convention that also had some toy photography in it, then it would have been a little bit more sustainable. And we were also quite noobs at it, so we definitely learned a lot. But maybe in the future, if somebody came to me with a lot of money and a lot of resources that said we want to do another Toys in Action, we will fund it, and we've also got people to do it, but we want your help, I'd be like, yes, I would love to help, but I'm just not a big event planner. Unfortunately, I'm a toy guy and a photographer, but not in a big event planner. I would love to, though, Sam. Great question. Should they make an action figure movie, and what would it be about? Whoa. Well, I mean, I guess we kind of have some, right? We've got Small Soldiers. That's an action figure movie. There's that one movie. What's the movie with Steve Carell, where he plays the military guy? Marlon. That's kind of an action figure movie. But Sam the Man. But back to the other question. It's yes, I would love an action figure movie. It says, love the idea of an all-around toy convention to bring a bigger group together. Me too, right? Seriously, man. I so agree. It's so cool. It really is, but it's just, man, making conventions happen is really hard. I would so much rather be a attendee instead of the one making it. It's hard. It just takes it in. If I had more money and resources, yeah, I would. Totally would. Simply Clumsy. What's your opinion on third-party companies like Demoniacal Fit and Black Hole Toys making rare figures more accessible by recreating them? I'm not familiar with Black Hole Toys or Demoniacal Fit, but I think third-party figures are cool, and as a consumer, I'm absolutely okay with them because that means I get cool figures, even though they're not necessarily licensed, you know? I don't think they really cause a problem as far as, like, the ecosystem of action figures, because we're always going to get action figures from, you know, legitimate things. Like Hasbro is always going to make official, I mean, not always, but we'll always get official Star Wars action figures. There's going to be some third-party ones probably too. If anything, they might make it so then there's more competition, so then Hasbro has to keep making them very cost efficient, so then we can still get good prices out. So if anything, it probably helps us as consumers, you know. So I don't mind. Marwin. Thank you, Mike. Marwin. That's it. And you know what? I've never seen it. I've actually never seen it. But I should. I don't know how I've never seen that. It's literally a movie like kind of about toy photography. Well, Clodsire, hope you had a fun time, dude. Hope you had a great time, man. Wow, I've been going for 2.5 hours. Holy cannoli. It's 10:30. I actually gotta kind of go soon. Would you recommend eBay for buying action figures? Yeah, definitely. Just be careful when you buy an action figure from eBay. It is a very large chance that it could be you could run into buying bootlegs. So make sure, and sometimes by accident. So make sure that you're buying something that's legitimate. If you see a figure that's usually like $100 and somebody's selling it for $20, it's probably a bootleg. So just be careful. Batman hot takes. Yeah, my hot take is Batman versus Superman is the best Batman ever. Live action version. I feel like that's not a totally hot take. Some people agree, but it's definitely not the most popular opinion. Reisashi says Damon Eichel Fit recently just made a third-party Teen Gohan and Goku together for like 50-ish. All right, cool. I'll have to look into that. I'm definitely familiar with seeing a lot of third-party Dragon Ball figures that are really, really good. I've seen a lot of them, so maybe I've seen them before. I'm not familiar with the name. Hey, it's Mythic. Dude, I do stop motion with action figures. Do you do stop motion? I haven't really done much. I've only done it once, and it was really hard. I actually don't love it a whole lot, but I'll probably do it again someday. I probably will. Whew. All right, you guys. I think I had no idea I was going this long, and I appreciate you guys being in here so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I guess I won't have a video out this Sunday, unfortunately, but I will have some other like shorts and stuff that I'll be putting out, like a YouTube short and some like TikTok related kinds of stuff and a new photo that I just took today. So that'll be coming out, but I won't have a new video. So hopefully the live stream helped make up for it. But have a really, really great weekend. Have fun. Do what makes you happy. Just make sure you're respectful of others when you do it. I guess that's my motto. I don't know. I'm just trying to say something good. Thank you for watching the stream. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. And see you later. Bye, guys. See ya.